You've probably always believed that drinking water in the morning is good for your health. And that's true, but only if you're doing it the right way. Because if you're making some common mistakes, this habit might not only be ineffective, it could actually harm your heart and brain, especially if you're over 60. In this video, I'll reveal the little-known truth about morning hydration, including the most common mistakes older adults make that can actually lead to dehydration, digestive issues, high blood pressure, and even impair brain and heart function over time. You'll learn what type of water to drink, what temperature is best, how much is enough, and when you should actually avoid drinking water altogether to protect your long-term health. If you truly care about living longer, feeling healthier, and staying mentally sharp each day, make sure to watch this video all the way through. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss another simple but powerful health tip designed especially for older adults. If you find this topic valuable, comment the number 1 below. If you think there's something I can improve, feel free to leave a 0. Now, let's begin. The first benefit of drinking water: activates the digestive system. Drinking water in the morning isn't just a habit, it's a small yet powerful ritual, especially once you've passed the age of 65. After a full night of rest, your body wakes up slightly dehydrated. Your cells have used water to repair, your organs have been quietly working as you slept, and now they need to be replenished. A glass of plain water, warm or at room temperature, is the simplest way to gently restart your entire system in the morning, from your brain and heart to your digestive system. Unlike food, which puts pressure on the stomach, water enters the body smoothly, helping to reawaken the natural flow that slows down during the night. Physiologically, water helps cleanse the digestive tract, stimulates bowel movement, and prevents constipation, a common issue for older adults. When you drink water on an empty stomach, it sends a signal to your colon to start contracting, making elimination easier. That's why many people feel lighter and more comfortable throughout the day after a morning glass of water. Your heart also benefits. When you're dehydrated, your blood becomes thicker, making the heart work harder to pump it throughout the body. A glass of water right after waking helps thin the blood, easing the strain on your heart and lowering the risk of sudden spikes in blood pressure, something particularly important for seniors. Studies from Mayo Clinic and Harvard Health have shown that staying hydrated is linked to better brain function, improved short-term memory, and more stable moods. Even slight dehydration can lead to fatigue, irritability, or dizziness without a clear reason. On an emotional level, drinking water in the morning is also an act of self-care. It's a moment where you consciously choose something good for your health, like telling yourself, "I deserve to feel strong today." For older adults, small, consistent habits like this create the foundation for living with energy, independence, and a sense of control. So if you don't already have this habit, start tomorrow morning. No need for anything fancy, no big changes required, just 1 glass of water and the clear intention that your health is a priority. Let every morning begin with a simple act of kindness to yourself. Benefit 2: dilutes blood and lowers the risk of cardiovascular disease. During sleep, our bodies go without water for 6 to 8 hours. By the time we wake up, mild dehydration is almost guaranteed. This causes the blood to become thicker, making the heart work harder to pump it throughout the body. For older adults whose heart function may no longer be as strong as it once was, this can silently increase the risk of cardiovascular events. A study published by the University of Queensland School of Public Health found that people aged 50 to 59 are significantly more likely to experience non-fatal cardiovascular incidents compared to younger individuals. A clear reminder that heart health can't be postponed. But here's the good news. Simply drinking a glass of water first thing in the morning can be a small yet powerful step toward reducing that risk. Picture this. You've just woken up, soft morning light peeks through your curtains, and you raise your first glass of water to your lips. That cool sensation flowing down your throat doesn't just help you wake up, it's quietly thinning your blood, easing the burden on your heart. It's a gentle start to your day. No pressure, no pills, just water. This habit also improves blood circulation, supports digestion, reduces constipation, and even helps regulate blood pressure. For older adults, these benefits don't just help you feel better. They help you stay independent, avoid hospital visits, and feel more at home in your own body. So how much should you drink? A glass of about 250 to 300 milliliters is ideal. Drink it right after brushing your teeth, before your morning coffee or breakfast. Warm or room temperature water is best, as it's gentler on the stomach. Avoid very cold water, which can cause blood vessels to constrict suddenly. This simple act is more than just drinking water. It's a way of saying to your body, I'm taking care of you. It sends a message of kindness and intention that you choose to begin your day with care, not neglect. And when you do this each morning, you're not just hydrating, you're doing something good for your heart, your mind, and your life. Benefit 3. Makes the brain more alert and reduces the risk of stroke. When you wake up in the morning, you might feel foggy, heavy, and not quite ready to start the day. That feeling isn't because you're lazy or getting weaker. More often than not, it's because your body is dehydrated. Overnight, as you sleep, your blood becomes thicker due to the lack of water, making it harder for it to circulate to the brain. The result? You feel groggy, unfocused, like your mind is still wrapped in a cloud. But there's one simple action that can shift everything almost instantly. Drinking a glass of water right after you wake up. Just one small glass can reawaken your system from the inside out, thinning your blood, improving circulation to the brain and other vital organs. That refreshing feeling as cool water moves down your throat wakes up not just your body, but your mind as well. Researchers from the European Journal of Cardiology found that staying properly hydrated each day can lower the risk of heart disease by up to 39%, stroke by 56%, and overall cardiovascular issues by 29%. Those numbers aren't just statistics. They represent more years with your loved ones, more hugs, more meaningful conversations. And the best part? It can all begin with a single glass of water. You don't have to change your entire life overnight. Just start by choosing to drink one glass of warm water in the morning, before coffee, before breakfast. You'll be giving yourself clarity, protecting your heart, and starting the day with intention. One small act, but full of meaning. Think of that first glass of water as a promise that you will care for your body, that you deserve a smooth and energized morning. It's not just about hydration. It's an act of self-love, a steady first step toward living healthier every day. Now let's come to 3 types of water that you must avoid in the morning. Each morning, your body wakes up after hours without hydration, and your internal systems are slowly rebooting. This is when seemingly harmless choices can have a much bigger impact on your health than you might think. Let's start with ice water. Sure, a glass of cold water may sound refreshing, especially in the summer, but drinking it first thing on an empty stomach can shock your digestive system. Cold temperatures cause blood vessels in the stomach to constrict suddenly, reducing blood flow and slowing nutrient absorption. For older adults whose blood vessels are already less elastic, this can lead to discomfort, bloating, and an imbalance in body temperature. Instead of feeling refreshed, you might actually start the day feeling sluggish. A glass of warm or room temperature water is a much better option. Gentle, safe, and effective. Next is honey water. It sounds healthy. After all, honey is natural, right? But the problem lies in timing and portion size. In the morning, when your insulin levels are still adjusting and your stomach is empty, even a small amount of sugar from honey can spike your blood glucose. On top of that, honey stimulates stomach acid production, which can cause a burning sensation or discomfort, especially if you've had digestive issues in the past. If you enjoy honey water, it's best to drink it after a light meal to protect your stomach and maintain stable blood sugar. Finally, there's salt water, often promoted as a detox or weight loss drink. But for older adults, this is not an ideal morning choice. After waking up, your body is in a highly absorbent state. Drinking salt water at this time can raise blood pressure, cause fluid retention, and stress the heart, especially if you're on medication or have a history of hypertension. Remember, excess sodium is always a burden on the heart and kidneys, particularly as we age. Morning is a golden opportunity to gently support your body's natural functions, and the first liquid you drink sets the tone for your entire day. Choose something simple and soothing that supports metabolism without stressing your digestion or heart. A glass of clean, warm water is enough. Simple, healthy, and friendly to every organ in your body. Next, I will show you how much water you should drink in the morning. When you first wake up, your body is like a machine coming out of a long night's rest. It needs to be restarted, but in a gentle and smart way. One of the simplest things you can do to help your body ease into the day is drink water. But not just any amount, and not just any type of water. According to Dr. Liu from Capital Medical University, 50 milliliters of water, about a quarter of a cup, is the ideal amount to start your morning. This isn't a random number. Drink too little, and your body won't have enough to thin the blood or activate digestion. Drink too much too quickly, and you could dilute stomach acid, making it harder to digest breakfast and leading to bloating or discomfort. Besides the amount, the temperature of the water is just as important. Avoid cold or very hot water. The best choice in the morning is warm water, ideally under 65 degrees Celsius, about 149 Fahrenheit. It gently warms the stomach, supports circulation, and doesn't shock the system. This is especially important for older adults, whose blood vessels and digestive systems can be more sensitive. Warm water is the safest and most comfortable option. Each morning, just a few small sips of water done right can make a big difference. It's more than a habit. It's a quiet act of self-care that helps wake up your internal organs and lays the foundation for a smoother, healthier day. You'll likely feel more alert, lighter in your body, and less dizzy when getting out of bed. So start your day simply, but wisely, with a sip of warm water, in the right amount, at the right time. Not too much, not too little. Just enough to tell your body, I'm taking care of you. Now, I will share recommended summer drinks for seniors. When summer heat begins to creep into every corner of the day, keeping your body cool and hydrated isn't just a choice, it becomes essential, especially for older adults. As we age, our bodies become more sensitive to temperature changes, more prone to dehydration, and more easily fatigued under the sun. But staying hydrated isn't simply about drinking more plain water. It's about choosing the right drinks, those that not only cool you down, but also replenish essential nutrients, support digestion, and feel gentle on the body. The right drink, at the right time, can do more than quench thirst. It can refresh your mind, ease your body, and lift your spirit. Let's start with a surprisingly powerful yet humble remedy from Eastern medicine, mung bean soup. On hot days, mung beans work like a natural cooling agent, helping reduce swelling, promote urination, cool the liver, and relieve internal heat. Boil mung beans with just enough water, let it cool, and you have a naturally sweet, soothing summer drink. It's light, easy to digest, and remarkably effective at easing fatigue. However, if you have low blood pressure or tend to feel cold easily, use it with caution. Mung beans have a naturally cooling effect. Another unexpected but effective drink? Hot tea. It might seem counterintuitive, but sipping a warm cup of tea on a hot day can actually trigger light sweating, helping your body cool down from the inside. Chamomile tea or lightly brewed green tea can gently soothe your system and calm your mind. As you sip slowly, you may feel your body gradually releasing the tension of the heat. For something more nutrient-dense, bitter melon juice is a strong contender. Though its distinct bitterness may not be for everyone, bitter melon is known to support heart health, regulate blood pressure, and help manage blood sugar. Blend it with water and add a touch of honey to soften the taste, and you've got a revitalizing medicinal drink. Still, if you have a sensitive stomach or feel cold easily, drink in moderation to avoid unwanted effects. Lotus root juice is another cooling option that's subtle yet highly effective. When juiced, lotus root has a natural sweetness and smooth texture, helping to ease internal heat, calm restlessness, and even support sleep. This drink feels like a gentle balm for the body, bringing both physical and emotional relief. Winter melon, or ash gourd, is another summer favorite. Simmer it with a bit of rock sugar, and you'll have a refreshing tea that can be enjoyed throughout the day. It's known to support liver and kidney function, reduce puffiness, and gently regulate blood pressure. And of course, we can't forget watermelon juice, the classic summer cooler. Its sweet, naturally hydrating qualities make it perfect for hot days. It soothes heat-induced tension and replenishes lost fluids. But for those with sensitive digestion or a tendency toward cold stomachs, enjoy it in moderation to prevent bloating or discomfort. Each of these drinks isn't just a remedy for the heat, they're a quiet way of caring for your body and mind through the intensity of summer. Every sip is a small act of self-care, a moment to listen to your body and prioritize your well-being. Summer becomes much more manageable and even enjoyable when you begin your day with the right drink, chosen not just for taste, but for the gentle, lasting benefits it brings to your health. Is drinking overnight water safe? Many people wonder, is it safe to drink water that's been left out overnight? Some even fear it could be harmful, or worse, cause cancer. These concerns are understandable, especially with so many rumors circulating. But instead of worrying over hearsay, let's look at the facts from a scientific perspective. First, clean water that's been left overnight in normal conditions, say in a glass or covered container without any foreign substances mixed in, doesn't suddenly turn toxic. It doesn't create cancer-causing agents on its own, as some myths suggest. Changes in water quality only happen when water is exposed to a contaminated environment. For example, left uncovered, collecting dust or airborne bacteria, or stored in thin plastic bottles under strong sunlight for extended periods. This becomes especially important in summer, when heat and humidity make bacteria grow faster. If water is left outdoors, uncovered, or near a heat source or direct sunlight, the risk of contamination rises, and so does the chance of digestive issues like diarrhea. However, if water has been boiled, stored in a clean, covered container, and kept in a cool area, it's generally safe to drink for 6 to 8 hours, and sometimes even longer in clean environments. So what about rumors involving nitrites or nitrosamines that supposedly cause cancer? This is a common misconception. These compounds only form under very specific chemical conditions and in the presence of certain precursors, something regular drinking water doesn't contain. In boiled, clean water left overnight in safe containers, the risk of producing such harmful substances is extremely low. As long as your water isn't in contact with rusty metals, poor quality plastics, or left sitting in the sun all day, there's nothing to fear. That said, tea is a different story. Whether it's green, black, or herbal, tea can begin producing amino acids and encouraging bacterial growth after sitting out for too long. A sour taste or odd smell is a clear warning sign. Tea left out overnight should not be consumed the next day. In short, if you've left a glass of filtered or boiled water in a cool room, covered, and you drink it within 8 hours, it's completely safe. But if it's been exposed to the elements or left out for more than 24 hours, it's best to toss it and get a fresh glass. And for tea, enjoy it within a few hours after brewing. Don't keep it overnight. So rather than getting anxious over rumors, the key is to stay informed and practice safe habits. Water doesn't become dangerous on its own. It's how we store it that matters. A little care goes a long way in keeping you safe and avoiding unnecessary waste. So, when not to drink overnight water? While the belief that water left overnight is inherently unsafe isn't entirely accurate, there are still situations where caution is needed. If your glass of water is left in an unclean area, such as near a dusty window, close to the kitchen, or in places with poor air quality, the risk of contamination from bacteria or fine dust increases significantly. Drinking water that has been exposed to such conditions, even unknowingly, may lead to symptoms like mild stomach discomfort, diarrhea, or indigestion, especially for older adults whose immune systems are naturally more fragile. That's why proper storage is key. If you like to keep a glass of water ready for the next morning, make sure it's stored in a clean, sealed container, kept away from direct sunlight, food odors, and airborne particles. Glass or high-quality plastic bottles with tight lids are ideal for maintaining freshness and safety. Another important point is when you add ingredients to your water, such as honey, goji berries, lemon slices, chamomile, or other herbs. While these additions may be beneficial when consumed fresh, they can ferment, spoil, or encourage bacterial growth when left overnight. For example, a glass of honey water prepared the night before and left uncovered could become unsafe to drink by morning, especially for those with sensitive digestion. The best advice is this: if you enjoy flavored water, prepare it fresh each morning. If you plan to leave water overnight, stick to plain, purified water with no added ingredients. Lastly, if you live in a colder climate or have a sensitive stomach, avoid drinking chilled water that's been sitting out overnight. Cold water can constrict blood vessels in the stomach, potentially leading to bloating, poor digestion, or an uncomfortable chill. In summary, water left overnight isn't automatically harmful. The key is proper storage and awareness of your body's needs. When in doubt, choose the safest option. Drink freshly prepared water, keep it clean, and treat your hydration with the same care you give to your overall well-being. Summary on drinking overnight water: key considerations. The safety of drinking water left overnight really comes down to a few key factors that are easy to manage in everyday life. First is how you store the water. If it's kept in a clean, sealed container, ideally made of glass or stainless steel, and placed in a dry, cool, and clean area, it's generally safe to drink the next morning. However, if the water is left uncovered, especially near a window or in the kitchen where dust, bacteria, or food odors are present, it can become easily contaminated. The quality of the water itself also matters. If you're using properly boiled or filtered water, the chances of harmful bacteria developing or harmful compounds forming overnight are very low. That's why older adults should prioritize using boiled water that has been cooled. It's safer for the digestive system, which naturally becomes more sensitive with age. Temperature is another factor not to overlook. On colder days, drinking water that's been sitting out overnight and is still cold can irritate the stomach, leading to bloating, discomfort, or even a lingering chill throughout the morning. If the water has cooled too much, gently warming it before drinking can make it much easier on your digestive system. With just a few small adjustments, like keeping your water covered, storing it in a clean space, and warming it up if needed, you can make a big difference for your health. And for older adults, those small choices matter more than ever. Now you know, drinking water in the morning isn't automatically good for you. Small details like the water's temperature, the timing, and how much you drink can all affect your heart, brain, and overall well-being, especially once you're over 60. If you once thought this habit was harmless, I hope today's video helped you take a closer look and make adjustments so it can truly become a beneficial part of your daily health routine. Remember, your body after 60 isn't the same as it used to be. It needs more care, more attention, and a more thoughtful approach to wellness. If you found this video helpful, comment the number 1 below to let me know you're still with me. And if there's anything you think I could improve in future videos, don't hesitate to leave a 0 and share your thoughts. Thank you for spending your precious time with me. I'll see you in the next video, where I'll continue to share practical, easy-to-apply tips for anyone who wants to stay healthy, strong, and mentally sharp every day.